Good evening. I was asked this question, if education is a right or a privilege. Okay. Practically speaking, I would say that education is generally a right. Why? The system goes like this. Every citizen in a society, maybe you're a man or a woman, young or old, impaired or not, rich or poor, you have the right to be educated. But sadly, not all individuals in the society can afford. Addressing this issue, our government is doing its best to provide and sustain those who are financially in need to access education. And that particular action of the government may stand as a proof that education is a right. Poverty is the only thing that bothers education from being a right. Why? It is because when we say right, it's priceless and it's limitless. Just imagine, this is you and this is education. You can access it, but there is this gap between you which represents financial needs. This is the reason our government is spending billions eliminating this gap to support and prove that education is a right of every citizen in the country. It only seems to be a privilege when some people are manipulating the system and make education a business. How? They are giving students a very standard instructions and lessons, but they are collecting too much papers in return. That particular scenario confuses people to believing that education is a right, because only those who can afford can access. After all, it doesn't matter knowing if education is a right or a privilege. If you want to have education, you can have it. No one will ever or can ever bother you. Sometimes, definition is more likely to be less in the real world. There are so many people who made it to the top despite of poverty. Thus, if you want to be educated, right or privilege is not the case. There are so many ways to reach it. Aim for it, go for it, and you shall achieve it.